Вітаю, колеги. У нас кілька хвилин до початку вебінару. Як зазвичай, скористайтеся чатом для того, щоб і позначити, що ви добре чуєте, що ви добре бачите, і якщо є можливість, напишіть, звідки ви до нас приєднуєтеся, щоб ми побачили, по-перше, географію наших учасників, а по-друге, відчули ось це неймовірне відчуття єднання вчителів з усіх куточків. У нас Херсон приєднався, вітання. Волинь приєднується, дуже приємно. Харків, Дніпро, Миколаїв, Київ, Одеса, Запоріжжя. Я обожнюю Кременчук, Луцьк, знову Миколаїв, Тернопіль, Чернігів. Обожнюю цей момент. Дійсно відчуття, хоч і онлайн, але все одно відчуття, що де б ми не знаходилися, ми все одно десь поруч, і ми на одній хвилі. Об'єднує нас прагнення до професійного розвитку, прагнення обміну своїм досвідом, прагнення думками, ідеями. Кам'янське, Київська область, Рокитне, Херсон, Макарів, знову Київ, неймовірно, Кривий Ріг, Фастів, Рівне, Вінниця. 16 година за київським часом, і ми можемо розпочинати нашу сьогоднішню зустріч. Ще раз вітання усім учасникам. Мене звати Інна Нестоїтер, і я методист, консультант видавництва Macmillan Education в Україні. І я не хочу гаяти часу нашого, і я із задоволенням хочу представити людину, яка сьогодні буде працювати з нами. Це дуже давній друг нашого видавництва, це практикуючий вчитель з 26-річним досвідом викладання у звичайній загальноосвітній школі у Луцьку. Це вчитель-викладач, який веде свою власну інстаграм-сторінку клуб Secrets for Teachers. Це пані Світлана Петрук. Пані Світлана, я дуже рада вас вітати, і всі з нетерпінням чекають того, що ми їм пообіцяли, що ви поділитеся своїм досвідом і покажете на наших учасниках ось той урок для учнів 5-6 класів, щоб вони трошечки забулися, що вони вчителі, і відчули себе все ж таки учнями та ученицями. Пані Світлана, вам слово.
Вітаю всіх, дякую пані Інна. Мене звати Світлана Петрук. Бачу, дуже багато є з Луцька і з Волині, і відчуваю вашу таку підтримку. Я прошу вашої підтримки, тому що я вперше виступаю на такій аудиторії. І хочу попросити вас насамперед бути активними учнями сьогодні. І так як ми з вами не можемо спілкуватися, ви не маєте можливості включити мікрофони, тому я буду вас дуже просити бути активними і працювати у чаті. So let's get started. The topic we are going to talk today is from teacher to teacher, developing reading skills. And I suggest you a demo lesson for grades 5 and 6. So, and today you will participate in our demo lesson, which is held on the Gateway course book A1+. To get acquainted closely, I suggest you to play a game. The game is called Numbers in My Life. So your task is to guess what do the numbers mean in my life and how they are connected with me. And the first number for you is number 9. How do you think? So number 9, and how does it connect it with me? What can you say? No, it's not a birthday. So any other variants? Number 9, age, children. No, I have got only 2 children. Favorite number? No. School number? You are wrong. The age of my children, number of the house. Thank you for your participation. Lucky number. So number 9 is the number of the countries I have visited during my life. So I have visited 9 countries. They are Latvia, Lithuania, Belarus, Mongolia. I have lived in Mongolia for 5 or 6 years because my father was a military man and I spent there my childhood. Poland, Hungary, Austria, and Egypt. So the next number is number 3000. How do you think? How this number is connected with me? Students, yes, you are right. So 3,000 is the number of the students that I taught during my teaching career. And the last number for today, 30,000. How do you think? What's the number? How is it connected with me? 30,000 lessons? No, you are wrong. Lessons. Salary? No, not a salary. Hours, good teachers, books. I have read. Followers? No. Words. Thanks for your participation. You are wrong. So it is the amount of money that I spent for my self-education during the last 3 years, you see. So, and this activity, numbers in my life, is the best one for the icebreaker activity at the beginning of school year. So when you have got new students and at the first lesson, when you start your school, it's easy to get connected with your students and to play this game. And let's move on. So today we are going to talk about Gateway A1+. So it would be a reading lesson. And talking about lesson, the second lesson, reading, let's look at the first one. So the first lesson is a vocabulary lesson. The topic is number 4, and it is the home time. In this lesson, there are 6 activities. Let's have a look at this lesson. So there are 6 activities here, you see. So, and in the teacher's book, you see a detailed lesson plan with the cultural information and with teachers' development, which is devoted to students' training and language learning in some ideas for extra activities for fast finishers. So you see that the structure of the lesson is 3P, which is presentation, practice, and production. You see here a pre-reading activity, or it can be a warmer. While reading activity, it is the text with the questions which students need to fill in the text. And you see critical thinking task, post-reading activity, and productive speaking. As usual, it is the last activity at the lesson. I have a motto in my teaching. So it is the phrase of Benjamin Franklin. Tell me and I forgot. Show me and I remember. Involve me and I will learn. So imagine you are my students and we start our reading lesson. So every single activity is started with the warm-up activities, and in the teacher's book you are suggested the activity where your students need to make up 2 true and 1 false sentence about their houses in order to revise vocabulary. And you see here the phrases that are supposed to be heard from your students. I suggest you, so this activity is quite easy to organize, and it doesn't need any additional preparation, and I suggest you to do it. So, and sometimes it is called 2 truths, 1 lie, but I suggest you today to change the activity and to play cross and noughts. So, and if you know this activity and play it with your students, please write in chat. So put pluses if you play noughts and crosses in your classrooms with your students. If no, put minus. Super. So you know the rules. Thanks a lot. So now here we need to choose 9 letters of the alphabet. So please write any 9 letters in the alphabet to complete our template. For those who this activity is a new one, I suppose it would be useful. So write letters B, okay, thanks. So B, D, let it be S, C, T, W, A, G, maybe, and F. Okay, so when you're working in the classroom, you just draw a grid on the board, and during the online session, you need to prepare a template. So, and here in the right corner of the slide, you see the mark, a sign, online and offline, and it means that all the activities we're going to do today are suitable for online and offline lessons. So the next task, you need to organize your students in the classroom into teams, and they need to choose who will start. So who is noughts and who is crosses. My students usually play paper, scissors, and stone and decide who is the first one. So we'll work together, and you will just write in the chat your answers. So you need, in order to put a mark in the template that is cross or not, you need to name the piece of furniture or the name of the room, because our topic is a house. And at the previous lesson, we studied and revised all the vocabulary that we need. So let it be letter D. So what words start on letter D? What can you write, please, in chat? Stupid, desk, door, yes. Okay, the next mark, B. Date, great. B, drawers, bed, bag, fantastic. So write pieces of furniture only or the names of the rooms. Good. Book, bedroom, great. Next, W, wardrobe, fantastic. Wardrobe, W, wall, super, window. You are perfect, perfectly well students. So T, letter T. T, table, yes. T, table. Any other words? Only table? TV, T, great. Tap. Teacher is not connected with topic home. Towel, tag, teaspoon, fantastic, good. Next, letter C. What words? Cupboard, great. Carpet, cup, fantastic. Chest, thanks a lot. So letter G. Letter G, chair, super. Chair, garden, garage, yes. Goose, goose is not connected with topic home. Garage, garage. Okay, next letter A. A. What starts on A? Attic, fantastic. Fantastic. Armchair, you are right. Super, thanks a lot. F. F. Letter F. Furniture, floor, super. Thanks a lot. So you see here, it is a drawer. Fence, yes, floor. So here is a drawer, because we haven't got any winner. So it is the drawer, and your students in such a way revised the vocabulary they know. Okay, so and the next activity I suggest you to do is a Quizlet. So you see, it is a fantastic source, a fantastic platform where you can create the cards for your students and to check their understanding of the words, and even to do some tests during your online, offline lessons, and just the students can start learning and working with Quizlet cards at home. So who creates cards in Quizlet? Can you write? So if you create your own cards or use Quizlet, so please write in chat. So just write the word Quizlet, for example, or put number plus if you know what Quizlet is and how to work with this set of cards. Great. So, okay, let's play. So, I suggest you, so before reading, I need to be sure that my students know the vocabulary that we are going to do. Here in Quizlet, there are two options. It can be a random team. You can play a random team game in the classroom, because in the version of random teams, the correct answer has got only one team player. So we're going to do it individually. And here on the screen, you see QR code. You just use your mobile phones or tablets, scan the QR code, or I copy the link in chat. You can join using the link in chat, or you can scan QR code, or you can move to Google, write Quizlet.live and enter the PIN code. So I have the best students I have ever had. So Ruslana, Irina, Lilia, wow, you're so active. Thanks a lot. It's so pleasant for me to work today with you. Okay, so 10 seconds. I'm waiting for 10 seconds. So, and talking about Quizlet while you are joining, I must say that there are 7 options of using it. And now I create the game. You see, now every person has got a team name. So the team names are the names of different animals. So my Quizlet is in Ukrainian because I have changed it more than 3 times, it seems to me, during the last year. And after the beginning of the war, it changed the language automatically into Ukrainian. So, and you see, while I'm speaking now, you have got the set of cards, and your students can revise the vocabulary that we are going to work with. So, and now it looks like a race. In your phones, you see just the words and multiple choice quizzes, so where you need to tick the correct answer. And on the big screen, it looks like a race. And if you lose or choose the wrong answer, you will be freezed for 3 seconds, and you will be started from the very beginning. So I know that you are the perfect students, but please answer incorrectly one of the questions in order to see how Quizlet works. What happened with the students. Just freeze and you will move back. That's great. You see, we have got a winner, so it is a temple. So, and it is a perfectly well game, and it works at the lesson. When you play this game at the lesson, you can see what your students do, how they have learned, how they have managed with their vocabulary. And we continue. So now look at the pictures from the course books, and let's talk about the pictures a little. So please write your answers in chat. Let's talk about the left picture. So where is one girl? Who is the girl? How do you think? So please answer in chat. Who is the girl? Blogger, student, good. How old is she? How old is she? 20, 18, 16, 24. Great. Okay. How do you think, where is she from? Where is she from? UK, USA, Italy, America, England, Germany. Good. Thank you. Where is she? What room is she in? Where is she? What room is bedroom? And where is the bedroom? Living room, at home. Good, thank you. What is she doing? How does she feel? What is she doing? How does she feel? Happy, happy, excited. What is she doing? printing, watching video, satisfied, good, thank you. Typing something, chatting, maybe studying. Thank you. And how do you think, what are her hobbies? What her hobbies are? What are her art, photo, reading, chatting, surfing, traveling, sport. Good, thanks a lot. Next picture. The right picture where the three girls are. So who are the girls? Where are they? And what are they doing? Who are the girls? Where are they? And what are they doing? In the canteen, university canteen, students in the canteen, good. Yeah, I suppose too they're in the canteen. Okay, how do they feel? What are they wearing? How do they feel? What are they wearing? Happy, quite agree, t-shirts, hungry. If they are in the canteen, maybe they need to be hungry. Okay, if they feel funny, wear uniforms. Good, thanks a lot. So this activity is called prediction. Prediction. So the next activity. So how do you think, talking about the pictures, what is the text about? We're going to read today. Let's predict the text we're going to read today. What is it about? Hobbies, about jobs, about professions, about school life, education, okay, preferences, about jobs, working day. Good, thanks a lot. So, and the title of the text today is Studying Abroad. Studying abroad. That is, it is about their education and about studying. Okay, so the next activity is called speed reading. Speed reading can help students get the grips with the text in a matter of seconds. This activity particularly well with almost all the text at any level. Ask your students to read only the first and the last sentence of each paragraph. And here on the slide, you see the first and the last sentence of each paragraph. So this sentence usually are topic sentences and summarizes the main point of the paragraph. So, and why speed reading? Why do I use speed reading and why do I choose speed reading? Because this activity is the systematic preparation for state testing from the 5th grade. Your students learn for skimming, so they read for skimming and you teach them to get the main information from the text. So look at the sentences from 5 paragraphs, the first and the last, and please write in chat. What is the text about? So the name of the text is Studying Abroad, about hostel, students' life, rooms, dormitory, campus, living in the hall. Okay, about the accommodation, my first day. Okay, sharing apartment. Wow, so large ideas. Okay, so and renting a flat. Okay, thank you. Almost all of you are quite right. So, and it is the text. It is the text. It is called Studying Abroad. So you see from the sentences under the picture that it is about the girl. So her name is Carla Vega, and she is 13. She is 13, and I suggest you to do the activity which is called mistakes in reading. So I'm going to read the text. It would be paragraph number 3. It is the largest one, and it contains the information I want to revise today. So I will read the text. You look at the text, and you need to be very attentive. And while I'm reading the text, I am making mistakes. in some words. You need to listen attentively and to correct mistakes you hear immediately. That is, when you hear a mistake, please write the mistake in chat. And then, and after this activity, I explain why mistakes and why this activity. So let's start. So the task is, I read the text and make mistakes in the sentences. You listen attentively and correct mistakes. So the correct variants, write in chat, please. So let's get started. So, well, there's a bed, of course. There's in the corner, and above that, I've got a mirror with the photos and my notes and the stuff. Yes, great. Note is board. Good. You need to write the correct variant, correct answer. Not the mistake, but the correct answer. We pay attention to the words from the text. There is a big table, and in front of the table is my armchair. Great. Desk. Table. The mistake is in table. Good. Okay. Behind one part of the desk, there's a big lamp. Window. Yes, you're right. That gives me light. Above the desk, on the other side, there is the bookcase. Light, window, bookshelves, yes. There's a small lamp on the desk and a drawer next to the desk. Bookshelves, reading lamp, good, thanks a lot. The wardrobe isn't enormous, but I've got space under my bed to put things. And near the bed, there's a carpet. Radiator, yeah. Okay, thank you. You see, this activity is very important to pay attention to the details of the text. That is reading for scanning. So today I make mistakes in the pieces of furniture because we are going to work with this vocabulary during our lesson and later. And if you want to revise prepositions with your students, that is prepositions of place, you see there is a lot of prepositions of place here in the text. You may make mistakes in the prepositions of places. And here in the teacher's book, you see you have got the cultural information about British boarding schools. And in order to help the teacher to explain the meaning of the boarding school for students. And it's very easy and useful because sometimes we know the realities, but we don't know how to explain them for students. And here is the clear, short information about the things we need, the teacher can explain for the students. So, and the next activity is a while reading task. It is the task from the course book. You need to read the activity, to read the paragraphs, and to match the questions to the correct paragraphs. So look through the text. There are 5 paragraphs, and we have got 5 letters, A, B, C, D, E. So choose the correct letter for each number and write in chat. Very cool activities. Thank you. Okay, so look through the text and write the answers. If you are students, oh yes, 1E, good. 1E, 2, what about 2? A4, 2A, A4, 2A, A4, 2A, 5B. Okay, so you see, again, here we have got the teacher's development. So we have got the explanation and some strategies how to teach students matching titles and the paragraphs. And the correct answers are 1E, 2C, 3D, you are right, 4A and 5B. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. And let's move on. So, and now after the reading the text, I suggest you the activity picturing the text. So what are we going to do? Here is the text about, it is the paragraph number 3. You have read it. We have read it twice. At first we read it, it was mistakes in reading. The second time you do the multiple matching activity. So you match the questions to the paragraphs. And now again, the task is to draw a plan of Carla Vega's room. That is, it looks maybe like that. So, but it is the plan of the house or a flat. You just need to write the plan of your room. So it's a pity. It's a great pity that I haven't gotten an opportunity to see your plans. That's why I only comment this activity. So your students draw something like that. So here in this activity, you revise prepositions of places and again, vocabulary, pieces of furniture that we have worked from the very beginning and from the last and from the first sentence. So very primitive and very simple plan in order for your students to imagine how does the man looks. So what can you do during your online lesson? So when you are working offline, it's clear you organize your students into pairs or in groups and ask them to read and to draw the plan. And during your online lessons, so organize your students into groups in breakout rooms. Give them the same task and give them an opportunity to draw and to take the picture of their plans. After the activity, ask them to show their drawings on the screen or on the camera, or to make screenshots and send you in that messenger where usually you get contact. Okay, so and now some more activities. You see the text here, and I have got some questions for you. And again, I want you to write in chat. So what do you think is the genre of the text? What is the genre of the text? So please write in chat. The genre of the text. Essay, maybe, blog, description, interview. If to answer the questions, maybe it looks like an interview. Yeah, blog, super, thanks a lot. So I also, it looks like a diary or an interview, but not the clear a report. Maybe, yeah, because we have got the questions. Okay, so and the activities, thank you. And the activity I suggest you to do, the next one, is to change the genre of the text, for example, into a TV news item. Is it possible? Why not? Yes. So you organize your students into groups, and if you are offline, they can sit around the desk, and if they are online, they are moving to the breakout rooms. And their task is to change the text and to present it in different ways. So a TV news item, why not? So maybe they need to choose a presenter who will present the text as if it is a TV news. Why not make a poster? Is it possible? Why not? You have already done picturing activity, and it's easier to make a poster of their room, and you may ask your students to draw the plan of their own room and compare the Carla Vega's room and the students' room. Why not? Is it possible to make a newspaper report? Yes, because we have already got ready-made questions, or you may ask your students to create their own ones. A Twitter post. Also, it's possible, not only Twitter, Instagram. Our students communicate in Instagram a lot. Or is it possible to change this text into the letter to a grandma? Or advertising, yes, yeah, to make a project perfectly well, yes. So transform the text according to different genres. Starting from the 5th grade, it's also a great opportunity for your students to learn different types of the texts. And you teach them how to do short writings, even in the 5th or 6th form, and they will be ready for the writing at our state testing in the 11th form. Okay, or another activity. Let's create the questions to the writer. So how do you think, who is the writer of who is answering the text? It's Carla Vega. So what questions would you like to ask her? So the activity is called Create Questions to the Writer. Ask your students to create questions. So here you revise grammar, because you students need to think about the word order in the questions, and to correct their mistakes or not, it's your decision. So maybe here, when they just do the activity, it's maybe more important just to make the questions and in order to understand the way of student thinking. Interrogative sentences maybe, but what questions would you like to ask? Where do you live? Super. Any other? So from the text, we know that she lives, she's from Spain, and she lives in maybe, she lives in a boarding school. Where are you from? From Spain. What questions? Great, special questions. What are they? Have you, how many, how do you share? Do you share do you like to share your room? Are you happy in the UK? Good, thank you. So just the same is the task for your students. So they may think about Carla Vega as their maybe friend from another country, and they create different questions. Maybe, what are you? Yes, what's your hobby? Okay. Or you may ask, and what questions would you like to ask her parents? So imagine she's 13, she's from Spain, and she studies abroad in the boarding school. Would you like to ask some questions her parents? How often do you do wash up in your kitchen? Great. And what questions do you miss your child? Great. Okay, do you like your living? Do you miss your daughter? Great, thank you. Good. Okay, so thanks a lot. The next activity is called mining. Mine, what is the mine? Шахта, mine. And mining, видобування в шахті. The idea of this activity is to show the students how vocabulary works in the sentence and how text is organized. So to do this activity, you need to organize your students into small groups, maybe in the groups of 3. And every group has got a separate task. So I only explain you how to do it, and we'll try to do in order for you to understand how the activity works. So the first groups, so you organize all your students in the groups of 3, maybe. So the first group, or one group or 2 groups, it depends the number of the students in your class. The first group mines or is searching for nouns from the text. So they need to make a list of nouns from the text. Group 2 is looking for verbs from the text. They need to look through the text to reread it once again and to rewrite the verbs. And group 3 is looking for adjectives, maybe. So you limit your students in time and give them 2 or 3 minutes in order to make the list of their words. So this activity is possible even for weak students. And after that, you reorganize the groups in order each group has got a person who wrote numbers, words, and adjectives. And the last stage of the activity is to give the students the task to retell the text using the words that they have in mind from the text. For example, you see in this activity, you motivate your students, all of the students, to work and to write, because later they will be reorganized and every piece of information would be very useful for later retelling. You can ask your students maybe to retell. What does it mean? Maybe not to retell the whole text, but maybe to present again, to change the genre or to present the information from Carla Vega's roommate, and to talk about her accommodation, to talk about the place she lives in. They can do it orally, or if you have got time, or at the next lesson, you can ask them to write, or to write their new text. So, and this activity is, the aim of this activity is to prepare students for the free and productive speaking at the end of the lesson. Okay, so the next activity, it's number 3 in your course books. We move back to the course books. It is to discuss if does the text describe the same place as in the photos? So it takes a minute or two to discuss, so give the reasons for answers, so students need to explain why they think if it is yes or no. So, and the next activity is talking about critical thinking activity. In the course book, there is the clear understanding of how to do this activity and what is it supposed to hear from your students. And even you see here the examples of their answers about the critical thinking. In the post-reading activities, it's number 5. Your students need to match the underlined words in the text with the definitions. And here it is a great number of variants how to do this activity, or how to transform and change and to continue talking about the words and their meanings, so the definitions of the words. If you have enough time, you can play the game Alias with your students. Your students know how to play it. That is, you may write on a piece of paper a word for a student, and they need to explain, the others need to guess. And of course, and all the time, limit your students in time. It would be easier for them, and it would be easier to organize. You can play taboo game or any other, but for taboo game, you need to prepare cards. You can start the next lesson with these games and use them as warm-up activities, and they are based on the activity with the definitions. And the last and the most important activity is the productive speaking stage. It is activity number 6. And here is students need to answer the questions, speaking about their attitude to studying abroad. And you prepare students for this activity when you ask your students to make up questions to Carla Vega and to her parents. And it was the activity number 3, where your students need to describe the places. So all the activities, besides, during our lesson, we revised a lot of vocabulary. And your students can also use it in their productive speaking stage. And this moment of productive speaking is maybe the most important one, and in order to have a successful speaking activity at the end, you need to think about it at the beginning of planning of your lesson. When you are creating your lesson plan, or when you are looking at the lesson, at a ready-made lesson plan. So because every activity you do with your students need to help your students to speak at the end. And again, here you see you have got the language development, and as your students need to use the phrases or some new grammar structures, here is a clear explanation of how to start your students speaking and what answers are supposed from your students. Some teachers, a lot of teachers that I'm speaking with usually says that there is only one large text in the unit in course gateway. So here on the slide, you see one of the texts that is situated in the teacher's resource pack in online resources in the for this course book, and it is devoted to culture. So a very unusual school, and again you see the tasks, and you have got a number of activities. Here you are suggested a project work, and also you have got a clear teacher's plan with the keys and answers that you are that are expected from your students. You see, it is not only so reading lesson is not the single one, and it is not only in the course book. There is a great number. There are some more texts. It seems to me 2 or 3 in the teacher's resource pack that you can use during your online lesson. So, and now I asked Inna to demonstrate your interactive resources for this course book.
Так, дуже швидко покажу, як деякі з тих ідей і тих прийомів, які, з якими з вами ділилася пані Світлана, можна зробити ще більш інтерактивними. Наприклад, на початку уроку, коли ми маємо повторити лексику, ми дивимося зараз, до речі, на інтерактивний підручник, який з'являється у вчителя після активації коду в книзі для вчителя. І тут на початку кожного розділу є електронні інтерактивні флеш-картки. Тобто на самому початку уроку, для того, щоб пригадати ті лексичні одиниці, з якими ми працювали перед цим, ми можемо скористатися цими інтерактивними картками. Ось так, наприклад, подивитися, прочитати, послухати. Це перша така інтерактивна опція, якою ми хотіли поділитися. Друге, я зараз збільшу зображення. Наприклад, коли у вас діти не мають ідей, ви хочете, щоб вони попрацювали в парах, а в них немає ідей, як описувати, наприклад, малюнки. У вчителя є такий ресурс Answers, коли можна показати, тут є Suggested Answers, коли як зразок можна показати, як можна описати цю фотографію першу, другу. Ну, звичайно, ось такі квадратики, вони означають, що вправа є інтерактивною, тобто можна перевіряти виконання вправи в інтерактивному форматі. Пані Світлана показувала А, Б, С, Д, Е в ручному форматі. Це можна зробити і в Show Next Answer, так? Пам'ятаєте, ви виконували вправу 1E, 3D і таке інше. Можна ось таким чином перевіряти це завдання і далі показати учням, що так, вони молодці, все правильно зробили. Можна послухати текст, якщо це необхідно, прямо під час уроку, з екрану, не треба нікуди перескакувати, заздалегідь завантажувати, відкривати. Ось тут прямо ми можемо натиснути на навушник і буде звучати аудіозапис. Крім того, пам'ятаєте, пані Світлана показувала вправу на predicting the contents. Ось тут за допомогою ручки або маркера можна замалювати заголовок. У нас залишиться лише фотографія. Ось так вивести на екран учням під час онлайн-уроку і попросити їх описати. А потім, коли вони у чаті надрукують або по черзі, вмикаючи мікрофон, вони скажуть свої пропозиції щодо того, яку назву має текст, можна ось так натиснути, прибрати все те, що ми намалювали, і вони подивляться, що дійсно ось таку назву має текст. Те ж саме стосується, наприклад, critical thinking activity, коли це дійсно для п'ятикласників дещо нове. Можливо, вони ще не готові спонтанно відповідати на такі запитання, особливо надавати аргументи, так, why not, то тут також є suggested answers, or example answers, тобто якщо учні ще не привчені до такого виду діяльності, можна їм давати зразок. І якщо навіть вони просто це скопіюють, це вже гарний початок. І так само, would you like to study abroad one day, why or why not, так само можна, якщо ви відчуваєте, що вашим учням бракує ідей, або є якась інша причина, чому вони мовчать і не надають аргументи, також можна спочатку показати їм зразок, як це може бути, як вважають автор даного курсу, можна відповісти на дане запитання, а вже потім попросити їх за аналогією створити свої власні висловлення і висловлювати свої власні думки. До речі, користуючись нагодою, я хочу нагадати тим, хто знайомий з даним підручником Gateway, а ті, хто вперше його бачить, і сказати, автор даного підручника Дейв Спенсер, він також є вчителем з більш ніж 30-річним досвідом роботи з підлітками. Тобто у нас сьогодні зійшлися всі зірки разом, коли і наша шановна спікер є практикуючим вчителем, і автор підручника, на прикладі якого вона показувала урок, також є практикуючим вчителем. Перш ніж ми перейдемо до завершення, ще декілька дуже важливих анонсів і інформації. Перший анонс – цей вебінар записується, і всі учасники, а також ті, хто з якихось причин не зміг бути повністю, були перебої, не змогли під'єднатися, вони обов'язково матимуть можливість передивлятися цей вебінар, нотувати якісь дуже корисні, на мій погляд, ідеї, дуже творчі ідеї від пані Світлани. Друге, кожен учасник, звичайно, отримає сертифікат учасника. Це відбудеться протягом 3 робочих днів. Перевіряйте, будь ласка, свою пошту, перевіряйте скриньку спам, бо іноді листи потрапляють і туди. І третє дуже важливе оголошення, це така інтрига була, ми на початку про це не говорили. Сьогоднішня наша зустріч розпочинає серію вебінарів From Teacher to Teacher. Пані Світлана, я вже сказала, повторюся ще раз, вона є дуже творчою людиною, в неї безліч дуже творчих ідей, і ми попросили її, і вона буде проводити для вчителів нашої країни у співпраці з видавництвом Макміллан серію вебінарів. Якщо ви будете всі їх відвідувати, ви подивитеся, яка логіка всій лінійки тих підручників, якими користується пані Світлана, нашого видавництва, і як з рівня в рівень, з класу у клас, одна і та сама тема в різних варіаціях збагачується і допомагає нашим учням бути незалежними користувачами іноземної мови. І наостанок, пані Світлана, знову вам слово для завершення нашої зустрічі.
Так, дякую. Так, ну і я хочу що сказати, шановні колеги, я вам дуже дякую за ваша підтримка відчувалася. Якщо у вас є запитання, ви можете записати їх в чат, я з радістю на них відповім. І хочу запросити вас відвідати, приєднатися до моєї сторінки в Instagram. Сторінка називається Secrets for Teachers, ви її легко знайдете. Там ви знайдете багато гарних ідей, які допоможуть вам у вашій роботі. І є також ідеї, як трансформувати вправи з підручників Gateway у комунікативні. На YouTube-каналі Secrets for Teachers ви знайдете детальний огляд підручників видавництва Macmillan і їхніх інтерактивних ресурсів. Дякую вам. І якщо є запитання, то я з радістю відповім. Дякую вам дуже гарно. Мені дуже приємно. Дякую за гарні слова.
Наразі поки що немає запитань, можливо, вони з'являться трошки пізніше. І ще раз, чи може пані Юлія просить вас ще раз показати слайд, де QR-коди?
Угу, так. Не обов'язково за QR-кодом, можна просто в Інстаграмі в пошуковій стрічці ввести Secrets for Teachers і вам зразу видасть слайд.
І ось пані Лілія пише «Please more webinars». Ну і я вже анонсувала цю нашу ініціативу, що це буде ціла серія вебінарів, вона буде присвячена різним аспектам вивчення іноземної мови на різних етапах. Слідкуйте за нашими новинами, перевіряйте пошту, підписуйтеся на наші соціальні мережі Macmillan Ukraine в Фейсбуці, в Інстаграмі. Можливо, вам зручніше користуватися нашим телеграм-каналом. Будемо із задоволенням чекати на вас, шановні колеги, на наших заходах. Пані Світлана, щиро вам дякую за те, що ви, по-перше, погодилися, а по-друге, що ви так щедро ділитеся своїми неймовірно корисними ідеями, які можна брати і втілювати на своїх уроках.
Дуже дякую. Пані Інна, питання. Gateway для шкіл з поглибленим вивченням?
Це не обов'язково. Справа в тому, що у новій українській школі вже немає такого поняття, як поглиблене вивчення англійської мови. Тому у підручника Gateway є гриф міністерства, він схвалений для використання, наприклад, рівень А1+, він схвалений для використання в 5 класах нової української школи, він є в переліку рекомендованої літератури. Тому і цей курс, він є дуже гнучким, як ви знаєте, пані Світлана, і його можна використовувати залежно від кількості годин на тиждень, це може бути 1 навчальний рік, може бути 1,5 навчальних роки. До речі, з календарним плануванням до даного курсу можна познайомитися, воно у відкритому доступі на сайті Macmillan Ukraine, про який багато хто з вас вже знає, а хто не знає, то я закликаю вас відвідати наш сайт і подивитися, скільки там є корисних, безкоштовних матеріалів для вчителя.
Дякую, це було якраз останнє питання було від наскільки годин на тиждень розрахований? Це
ну я майже відповіла. Неважливо, скільки годин на тиждень є у вас, курс є дуже гнучким, і у нас багато вчителів в різних типах шкіл використовують його і коли в них 3 години на тиждень, і коли 4 години на тиждень, і коли 5 годин на тиждень. Це залежить не від того, скільки годин у вас на тиждень, а наскільки вам дійсно хотілося б працювати з даним підручником, а ми як представництво готові з вами поспілкуватися і показати більш детально цей курс. Бачу запитання, чи будуть вже є курси для початкової школи. Я, пані Анна, не дуже розумію ваше запитання. Якщо йдеться про вебінари для вчителів початкових класів, то так, звичайно, вони будуть. Якщо йдеться про ті вебінари, які вже були для початкової школи, завітайте на канал Macmillan Ukraine, там навіть є плейлист для тих вчителів, які працюють в початкових класах, безліч дуже корисних вебінарів з дуже корисними ідеями. Пані Лілія, дякую. 100% recommend Gateway. Дійсно, це підручник, який написаний вчителем для вчителів. Дуже комфортний. Пані Руслана пише, чи можемо ми використовувати дійсно в 5 класі, обирати? Так, звичайно, абсолютно. Якщо батьки погоджуються на те, щоб придбати підручники, ніде немає ніякої заборони це робити.
Я ще додам про Gateway, він мій улюблений ще тому, що в нас в Україні доступна версія Premium Pack, коли можна купити паперовий підручник, а зошит буде в учнів в телефоні, зошит онлайн. Це 100% попадання, якщо змішане навчання онлайн і офлайн, тому що вчитель, видавництво продбало про все, і вчитель, як біла людина, може собі не перевіряти зошитів, не перевіряти фотографій і надісланих завдань на незрозумілі сайти, тому що все, що виконують учні в онлайн-зошиті, виконується автоматично, а вчитель тільки виписує оцінки з електронного журналу. Оцим мене і купив Gateway 6 років тому.
Так, і він не втрачає своєї актуальності. Дійсно, є дуже багато прихильників серед вчителів і серед учнів даного курсу. Я дуже вдячна ще раз усім учасникам і пані Світлані, і я зупиняю запис.